Yo, 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 yo. You rocking with the freshest, the KRUZE review on 4 Fly.
Auntie.
Yeah, yeah. It's time. It's been a journey. You know what I'm saying, with this album we about to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we back early too.
Yeah.
We back in 2 days. It's probably never been done on a KRUZE review.
Nah.
Well, I would say we did it probably the first year where we did weekend. But this is Tuesday.
Yeah. On a Tuesday. Yeah. It's going up. Yeah, man, for a good reason, man. It's been a good year for albums, I'll say. Especially in the last month. It's been a real good month of albums, you know what I'm saying, that's coming out as far as hip hop goes. This album, I'm speechless. This is gonna be a good review for a lot of reasons. You know what I'm saying? This one, I was expecting it, but I wasn't expecting it, I'll say. This album was needed, we'll say that, But I'm not gonna detail it like I detail other albums, so to say. I'm not gonna give you a long drawn out. I'm just gonna go into it. But what you got to say, bro, before we get into it?
I think my view on it is kind of like yours on Pusha T.
Okay.
I don't think it really connected with me too much when I first heard it.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those albums where, you gotta keep listening to it.
Yeah.
And grow. Then once again, I heard it in the car, so maybe this is an album better played when you sitting down in your headphones, in the house, or something like that. So but
it definitely need a new feel. See, I see with like you was with Pusha T. The first time I heard it, I was going OT. I heard it in the airport right before takeoff. You know what I'm saying? Right before I got on the plane. So, you know what I'm saying? I was in a different mood.
Yeah, you had a different mindset.
Yeah, I was in a different element. You know what I'm saying? And so, I was, like I said, I was going on vacation, so I got a chance to listen to it on the beach. You know what I'm saying? And the Ubers, and different restaurants was playing it. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different vibe for me. So, this is gonna be a good review. So you'll get the, you'll get the ins and outs. You get bro's side of, the feels of it, and then you'll get my side of the feels of it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're not gonna go into, full detail like we do. Tell them what we rocking with, bro.
Kendrick Lamar, man.
K-Dot. You know what I'm saying?
The new album, Mr. Morale and Big Steppers.
Yeah. See, I wore the Dodgers hat, you know what I'm saying? I don't really do LA like that, but, show peace and love, you know what I'm saying? I wore the Dodgers hat for this purpose.
Shout out to Kendrick for borrowing my old rap name.
Yeah, straight up.
We gonna put the old cover up to show y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't capping. This is this is for real.
But you tell them where you got the name from, though. Remember how you got the name when you say you was looking for a name and how you got it?
Oh,
remember it was from Derby.
Well, nah, that was when the what was the name? Monarchos thing. But then
then
it went from there to, it was like it was in limbo because I was like, nah, I can't. Nah, that's not it.
Yeah.
How I came up with morale, I was just in the dictionary one day, just looking up words. And, you know, I came across the, you know what I'm saying, the definition of morale.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, yeah, it sounds like a, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like a good, you know, solid name and definition of it. So
yeah,
I just added another R on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Went from morale, then AKA Morilla.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. No cap.
Then y'all niggas start coming out with P-Rillas and E-Rillas and all this shit.
No cap. That's the truth. Yeah, man. But like I said, you know, we ain't gonna go into full detail. We just gonna get right into it. So let's get into it, bro. We gonna start out. It's not really a song, but you know what I'm saying, the drop for the album, you know what I'm saying, the interlude coming in. We're gonna start off with that and go into the first song off the album review, which is N95. So let's get it, bro.
In this lifetime, tell them the truth. Hope you find some paradise. Tell them. It's a bitch in a miniskirt, a man in his feelings with bitter nerve. What is a woman that really hurt? A demon, you better off killing her. What is a relative? Make a repetitive narrative on how you did it first. That is a predator in reverse. All of your presidency with thirst.
Yeah, man. For me, starting the album off, man. This album really hit home for me. This was like an album, a personal album for me that I needed.
G-wagon away from it was all for rap. I was 28 years young, 20 million attack, late reaction. 50K to cousins, post the caption. Pray none of my enemies hold me captive. I grieve different.
Well, I guess when it first came in, when I first heard it, the N95, I was just, you know, I don't know, it kind of threw me off a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as, you know, I listened to what he was saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It made sense.
Yeah.
Take off the couches, take off the Wi-Fi. Take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the weird ass jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top off.
You know, putting both the tracks together, in 95, you know, the subjects he was talking about on there was, you know, real subjects, man. You know, it's kind of like everybody is so materialistic. At the end of the day, those things don't really mean much.
Yeah.
You know, because you know you can't take those things with you whenever you leave this earth. So
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I think Kendrick on N95 was kind of bringing that to light. He was, you know, telling everybody, you know, you take the chains off, you know, you get rid of all the memes and all the Instagrams and all the social media and, you know, everything that everybody's attached to, you know, what do you got?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, bitch, you ugly, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think with that right there, I think that was an ill concept for him to, you know, put out there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, but other than that, I don't know. I think starting out, I think I would probably, I'm gonna put both those tracks together.
Yeah.
And maybe give it probably a 8.2.
Okay.
I would say 8.2, 8.3 maybe.
Yeah. Take off the fabricated streams and the microwave names. It's a real world outside. Take off your idols. Take off the runway. Take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro. Pay 5 days. Take off the Hardball. Take off the onshore. Take off the sushis outside. Take off the fake deep. Take off the fake road. Take off the humble. I care.
You know, where I'm at in life right now, and you know, where I'm headed to, you know, United in Grief it really explained a different artistry for me. Everybody grieves different, like he said. You know, some people, their grief is outwardly and you know, what they express outwardly, and crying and, you know, being emotional. Some people's grief is in, you know, retail spending, you know, going shopping. Some people's grief is in, you know, as far as retail, as far as, you know, going out buying things, buying cars, buying jewelry, you know what I'm saying? Some people's grief exists in, you know, going different places, traveling. Everybody grieves differently, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's not gonna understand your grief. So him going into, you know, talking about that process and, you know, how he was rhyming, it just really set in stone that Kendrick he's a different artist, man. He's so far out from any artist that's out right now. I think he's like, to me, he's like an upgraded Nas. You know what I'm saying?
I say he's like kind of like a mixture with him, and maybe I could say he has a lot of outcasts.
Absolutely.
You know
I'm glad you said that.
A lot of outcasts, the way they do their music.
Absolutely.
Together.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's exactly where I was going. So, you know, the artistry, Kendrick is, when it comes to artistry, he's definitely one of the best artistry hip hop artists ever. You know, and you know, United in Grief is definitely one of my favorites. I started this album, I couldn't tell you how many times. You know, but like you said, I'm gonna put them together going into N95. Now, N95 was different for me. But the song caught me instantly when I heard this album. But when I seen the video, I just busted out laughing because I was like, yes, this is what we needed.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
Yeah,
the only videos I've seen, but I don't think they on the album, was that Hard video.
Oh yeah, the Hard Part 5. Yeah. Shout out to that too. But yeah, the video is a subliminal shot in what he's talking about. The video is answering exactly what we talked about a few album reviews ago. I think it was Vado with, you know, pushing P. He's talking about these niggas, and the flow he's using on N95 is going at these mumble niggas.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And the video just really brought it out. You know what I'm saying? He talking about you out of pocket, yeah, you out of pocket. He's talking about all of these niggas, and he murdered all of you niggas. Murdered, that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted somebody to get up and talk about, you know what I'm saying, all of this crap that's on the radio, all of these zombies that's, you know what I'm saying, zombie into this weekend music. This is exactly what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's talking about, you know, you wonder why they talk about, he's like, who you think they talking about? They talking about us. They taking our culture and using it against us for, you know what I'm saying, niggas being materialistic. Yeah. So, you know, for both of these songs in mind, but N95, and then, you know, to use that N95, that title for, you know, being a mask for COVID, was even doper too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you know, basically using the pandemic in what people, you know, got exposed from that too. It was really a dope concept.
You said he used a mask?
Yeah, the N95, the title, that's what the title is, from the N95 mask for COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I just thought about something. Could that be because you said it on the, I think on the last review. Yeah. Could it be a shot at Future?
It could be. It could be.
Because he had to cover, you know,
it could be. But definitely in the video, he's definitely talking about everything going on. And then, you know, it brings the sense of the light to mind, you know, especially with the case going on with Young Thug and Gunna, you know what I'm saying? They making this music for the youth, and the youth really believes in this stuff. Now they locked up and they trying to get out. They not, you know, they music, you know, the court system is using their music against them in their lyrics. Yeah. So he brought that out too, how niggas is out of pocket and you need to stop it. Like that song is one of the, man, that's one of the best songs made this year. That is my favorite song made this year. I couldn't tell you. Like I said, I went OT, and when I came back in town, you know, I didn't fly back directly where, you know, we at. I flew from a different airport, so I had to drive back home. You know, we flew back, you know, in from Nashville, so I had to drive, you know, 2 hours to get back home. You know, so me listening to N95, you know, wifey, she'll tell you, I started that song over like 4 times on the road, and it almost blew my motor. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so excited in what he was saying, just the words, and you know, that beat is just, you know what I'm saying, just, that's one of them beats that make you work out harder and faster, man. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying, that I'm telling you,
it sound like to me, that beat kind of remind me like a T.I. type of record.
Yeah, you know, but that was just great artistry, man, and I have to go with Infinity. I have to, because this kind of artistry hasn't been done in a long time. Nas kind of tiptoed on it on Magic, but he didn't quite put his foot into it like this. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get into this deeper as we go, but bro mentioned something significant. He said, Outkast. This album is really reflective of Aquemini. It really is, musically. It really reflects Aquemini, and you know, the arrangements on that album. The arrangements on this album musically is far out from anything else that's out here right now. And that's one thing a lot of people are missing, because you know, a lot of people, they don't detail R&B right now. A lot of people that listen to hip hop, they're really not, you know, R&B fans or whatever. But here's the thing. Hip hop has a real melodic tone right now. When you listen to Drake, when you listen to Tory Lanez, all of that's melodic. You know what I'm saying? And people exclude, you know, that when it comes to different artists, but you kind of gotta include it, you know, when it comes to this album, and the way that he detailed, you know, the music arrangements into a lyrical platform is greatly amazing. And we'll get more into that. Into this next record, we're gonna go with number 2, which is Worldwide Steppers. Let's get it.
I'm a killer, he's a killer, she's a killer bitch. We some killers walking zombies trying to scratch that itch. Outside at the same time, life as a protective father, I kill for my son Enoch is the part 2. When I inspire my children to make higher valleys. In this present moment, I saw that through. Asked Whitney about my lust addiction. Text messaging bitches got my thumbs hurt. Said president for.
When this record came in, and you know, I heard what he was talking about. This is a record that hit me.
Yeah,
because he was, you know, he was going in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, I mean, it's just so much to say about this record, you know?
Yeah.
New sacrilege, riders black for 2 years, nothing moved me. Ask God to speak through me. That's what you hear now, the voice of yours truly. Teleport out my home body for the flesh of man, but still this man compared to nobody. Yesterday I prayed to the flowers and trees, gratification to the powers that be. Synchronization with my energy chakras, the ghost of Dr. Sebi, paid it forward.
The whole concept, man.
Yeah.
You know, worldwide steppers, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Basically, you know, saying that, you know, nobody's innocent. Everybody is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody got their part to play in this whole situation in society. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you know, it's just dope how he laid it out.
Yeah.
One thing that pissed me off though is the fact that when he switched the beat, he didn't let the other beat go for a little bit longer. he could have brought that back in.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, you know, he switched the beat. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then,
8 billion people on earth, silent murderers, non-profits, preachers in church, crooks and burglars, Hollywood, corporate and school, teaching philosophies. You either go be dead or in jail, killer psychology.
Yeah.
Then he brought it in for a second and it switched back. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, but it's all good.
Yeah.
I think I would give this record probably, I'll go so far as giving it like an 8.8, maybe almost or 9.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
I'll go that far to give it. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. When I hear Worldwide Steppers, you know, the likes of mine of Tupac Shakur comes into play. I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Hail Mary.
Yeah, just that line of him saying that, because he spoke about, you know, he blinks different, he thinks different. This was like a maturity, you know, talking about his maturity as a father, as you know, as a husband. He talked about his kids, you know, putting those elements into play before. Then he spoke about something significant on here that a lot of people's gonna miss. He spoke about him being, you know, in a sexual, you know, conquest with, you know, white women. You know, that's something that a lot of people don't talk about. You know, there's a public figure, one of the biggest public figures in mind when it comes to our race, you know, who I'm going to use as an example of this. You know, his born name was Lew Alcindor, you know, but we know him as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh.
You know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know, he spoke a lot of black prolific, you know, always, you know, had a so to say, and, you know, the culture of black or whatever. But, you know, if you know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you also know that he was heavily involved with white women. You know what I'm saying? So, that's not to, you know, so to say, and, you know, talking down on him, or, you know, saying, how can he talk about all of this black stuff or whatever? He got a white woman. That's not to say that. But, you know, what Kendrick detailed is that, you know, he didn't know how to feel about it the first time he was encountered with one. And then the next time he encountered it, he was actually an artist and he was on tour, you know, and he did it, and, you know, he told somebody that, you know, he might be racist because he didn't know how to feel about it. You know, Malcolm X, you know how he felt against, you know, Caucasian people before he went overseas, until he got suspended. And he went overseas and he got to see that, you know, there was all races of Muslims. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not just black. So, you know, Kendrick pointing that out was kind of like a detail of, you know, saying that he had to come back down to earth of being judgmental. And a lot of people, you know, are judgmental when, you know, they see people of different races or different colors and different backgrounds. That doesn't mean that we can't coexist together. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, how he detailed this in a lyrical platform and still made it so hip-hop. This was like, I'll say a 2022 version of Andre 3000. I believe Andre 3000 would have made this record. And its soul would have been dope if he was added to this record. Just think if Andre 3000 came in when the beat switched and was talking about some of the same things, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, it kind of switched over. But
tighten it up.
Yeah.
Tighten
Let me push it. If 3 Stacks was to make, you know, a record and speak about these things to mine, I believe it would have came out the same way. So this was kind of, for me, Kendrick digging into, you know, his Andre 3000 bag, and it was just, you know, it was phenomenal. What you got to say, bro?
Would you say this is kind of reminiscent of an Ab Soul record too?
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, because Ab Soul, he on his albums, he always had this kind of undertone in his. I mean, he hasn't came out with an album for years. But,
Ab Soul's chilling, definitely.
But yeah. I think, you know, probably a perfect remix probably would be to throw an Ab Soul on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out.
Nah, that was a good detail. But yeah, just from the lyrical content in mind and the artistry, like I said, the musical arrangement, our bro pointed out how I switched, and you know, I would have liked for it to kept that track too, that, you know, the beat switch that it went over to. I would have liked to, you know, heard that that lyrical content left on there. That would have been super dope. But, you know, nevertheless, still, I'm gonna go with the Infinity. Just from the content alone, you know, in the artistry, because there's nothing out that sounds like this. Nothing. The only thing that you could detail close to this is an Outkast record. You can't detail any other record to mine close to this with the lyrical content, with the, you know, the musical arrangement and everything. It's just, it's phenomenal. It really is. So we're gonna get into this number 3 record, which is Die Hard. Let's get it.
I pop the pen away, I slide the pen away, I pop the
too late to set my demons straight. I know I made you wait.
but my past won't keep me from my best. Settle mistakes felt like for death.
Yeah, man. I don't think that was probably one of my favorites on the album, but I mean, I get it. It was more of your up-tempo type of vibe.
Yeah.
And, you know, it still had a purpose and subject matter in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got a whole lot to say about it, but I think I would give it maybe a 7.7.
Okay. Yeah, man. For me, that's one of my favorites off the album, actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, man. Those acoustics on that record reminds me of an 80s song. It had the pop of one of the 80 records. That's like one of them roller skating records that you had at the roller skating ring. It was very clean. You could play that record at a barbecue. That's a record you could play around your parents and your loved ones that really don't listen to a lot of hip hop.
Yeah,
you know,
it's gotta grown up.
Yeah, that's one of those you know, 2-step records.
Yeah,
you know, I could see Steve Harvey, you know, bopping his head and, you know, popping to that record. And that was one of those records, just like the 80s and the 70s. That was a record of a man pouring his heart out. You know, a lot of things he said in that record, you know, I felt personally, you know, because, you know, it's something that I'm reflecting on with myself right now, as far as, you know, where I'm at in life, you know, with, you know, the past coming back and people using the past against you, and where you're growing to as a man, and how you feel, and the love that you have for your family, the love you have for, you know, a particular, you know, person, a woman in your life. And, you know, you don't really see too many men pouring their hearts out in a lyrical aspect, you know, for a woman, and especially in the aspect where it's clean. You know, records like this, where you hear men pouring their heart out always reflects in a sexual manner. You know, think of a Lil Wayne record where he talks about women. It's always something with the pussy. You know what I'm saying? Or it's always something where, you know,
I want to fuck every girl in the world. That song, that type shit.
Yeah, and you know, and all the records are degrading. Look at, you know, think of this like in the mind of a Drake record. How Drake makes these kind of records, but he always talks about, you know, I messed with another man's woman, you know, and detailing that. You didn't get none of that from this, and it was still a good record. So, you know, for those things in mind, I'm gonna go with another straight 10. Another one, because, you know, this is one of those records where it can be played commercially. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it can fit in the minds of a R&B record, because I believe her name is Amanda Reefer. How her voice sounded, she sounded like a Summer Walker. She sounded like a SZA, you know? SZA. I meant SZA. Sorry, SZA. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan. I should have, you know, I'm thrown off. But anyway, it sounded, and I actually thought it was SZA, you know, at first. But, you know, she sounded beautiful. And, you know, the chorus in mine, it's just, you know, one of those good records. And you don't hear too many hip-hop artists making records like this that are clean, where it's no profanity being used, where it's no degrading being used. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tell me when the last time you heard those details in a hip hop record. You haven't. You know what I'm saying? It probably, the last one was made is I Like the Way You Move from Outkast. You know what I'm saying? Probably the last time you probably heard that happen. You know, they had that same kind of pop to it. If I Like the Way You Move was played at a wedding, you could put this in the rotation and play this right after on the dance floor. So with those elements in mind, you know what I'm saying? That's why I go with the 10. And I'm in my A&R bag. This is something you niggas is gonna miss. This is why, you know, you need niggas like me with this ear to point out things like this. You know, because when you niggas go back and listen to this record, you're gonna look at it differently and be like, okay, I see why he put this in rotation and stuff, because, you know, niggas can detail. Y'all get so inflamed and y'all get so enraged when a nigga talks about Drake and I can't believe you, man. What you mean you don't like it? And it's melodic and all of this. But when a song like this come on, you're like, I ain't really, you know, I don't, but you like records like that. I'm talking about you niggas that are so much Drake fans and, you know, all this melodic stuff. You want to skip over these songs just because it ain't Drake. But if Drake's voice was on this song, then you would be like, man, that song is dope. That song, right? That song is dope. If Tory Lanez was on this, you niggas would be like, man, you don't like that, man. What you mean? But being that it's somebody else, you know what I'm saying? You don't like it. And, you know, because it ain't talking about what you niggas like talking about, which is, you know, degrading women and, you know, speaking down on women, talking about a woman's ass and, you know, all of that. Sometimes you need to get away from that. Yeah. You know, it ain't all about that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Find some records where you could play in front of your uncle that, you know, likes listening to the Temptations. Find a hip-hop record from Drake that, you know, he's gonna allude to. It ain't gonna be many, but I guarantee you he would like this one. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee your father and your mothers will like this one, played, you know, at a barbecue. You know, so for that reason, that's why I go with that. But let me get into this next record, which is Father Time. Let's get it.
Yeah. You sound stupid as shit. Everybody's stupid. Yeah, well, you need to talk to somebody. Reach out. Home impatience, and I got daddy issues, that's on me. Everything the four walls that tell me, they have is buried deep. That man knew an issue. All across my head, told me fuck a foul, I'm teary-eyed. Wanna throw my hands, I won't think out loud, a foolish pride. If I lose again, won't go in the house, I stayed outside. Laughing with my friends, they don't know my life. Daddy issues made me learn losses. I don't take those well. Mama said that boy is exhausted. He said go fuck yourself.
That was a fire dope record right there.
Absolutely.
His concept on that record, to me, you know, he was detailing how, especially in the community, you know, those of us that grew up with our father, then on the flip side, those of us that didn't. But he was just saying that whether you didn't have a father or did, it was still mistakes and sometimes misdirection that happened.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he detailed how, you know, for instance, say if, you know, the mother passed or something, and a few days later he was back up at work.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you know, bills don't stop.
Yeah.
You know, just because something tragic happened, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then, you know, he was, you know, how you know, he talked about, you know, when he fell off his bike and skinned his knee, you know, his father told him to get up, keep going, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you get the, you get both sides of it. You get the strength, and you get the, you get the other side where, you know, he tells you to be a man, you know, don't show emotion, fuck everybody, you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Looking for a loving, really empathizing for my relief. A child that grew accustomed, jumping up when I scrape my knee. Cause if I cried about it, he surely tell me not to be weak. Daddy issues, hit my emotions, never express myself. Man should never show feelings, being sensitive never helps.
I think this is a very dope record. It's high key, man.
Absolutely.
I think I probably would give it a 8.7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All of those details of what you mentioned is what, you know, what I felt from it too, especially, you know, that aspect of, you know, a mother passing and going back to work because the bills don't stop. That's something that I actually experienced, you know, from people, you know what I'm saying, from myself, and people wondering why, you know, I went to work back early after my mom passed, you know, and that's exactly what it was, you know what I'm saying? The bills don't stop. You know, growing up without a father, you know, was one of my biggest challenges of my life, you know, just, you know, having a father and, you know, having a meaningful father that, you know, was a hard worker, and, you know, money wasn't an issue, and, you know, dealing with the conditions I had to deal with growing up, you know, that was one of the hardest things I experienced. So this record touched me in a different way, you know what I'm saying? But I won't go into detail of my personal reasons why, but, you know, like he said, grown men with daddy issues is definitely a thing a lot of black men are going through. You know what I'm saying? Like bro said, whether you grew up with the dad in the home or you know, you had a single mother, this is something that everybody experienced. So, you know, from those thoughts alone, you know what I'm saying, I'll go with another 10, straight up, on the real. So let's get into this next record, We Cry Together, featuring Tella Page, the actress. Let's get it.
This is what the world sounds like.
These emotional ass, ungrateful ass bitches, unstable ass, confrontational ass, dumb bitches. You wanna bring a nigga down, even when I'm trying to do right. We can go our separate ways right now. You can move on with your life.
Man,
what you say, bro?
I already know that for this record, you know, Kendrick Lamar had to listen to Ghostface Wildflower.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
RZA's Domestic Violence record.
Absolutely.
You nigga, you love a bitty party, I won't show up. Always act like your shit don't stink, motherfucker, grow up. Forever late for shit, won't buy shit, sit around and deny shit.
Yeah, so, I mean, as soon as I heard it, those was the two records that came to mind, because those to me are probably the only two records I heard something like this. But
yeah,
on this one, you know, they went back and forth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you pointed that out.
I had a visual too when I heard this record, even for the whole album.
Yeah.
This album plays like an actual play.
Yeah, very much so. That's the artistry.
And I think this, you know, there's a video to this, to this record. You know, it can be like in a play type of form, like
absolutely.
You know, like it can actually have some type of like his when he go on tour and do this album, he can actually make it into like a play to a certain degree.
Yeah, very much so.
You know what I'm saying? There'll be a different switch up, you know.
Yeah.
A&R, you know. Yeah, but yeah, this was a dope record, man. I mean, this is, you know, I mean, hell, man, stuff like this happens.
It does. It really does.
You know, so I think he was just putting it all on record, all the reality of what goes on, and you know, I'm not gonna say everybody, but you know, some people's households and relationships or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, really, it details the, you know, issues and the toxic situations that deal with, you know, relationships sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would probably give it the same, you know, probably a 8.7, 8.8.
Who got you that rolling chain?
And who put that car in my name?
What you think I'ma kiss your ass?
Nah, nigga, you fucking lame.
You know what? Fuck you, bitch.
Fuck you, nigga.
Nah, fuck you, bitch.
This was a top tier record for me. At first, when I heard it, you know, I heard it going to the airport and wifey was right beside me.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So we kind of reflected on it together. We had our, you know, our laughs and kicks, you know what I'm saying? You know, because this is something, like bro said, everybody experienced, you know. So I didn't know who it was, who the female was. I recognized the voice, but I was like, I don't know who that is. And I was driving, so I couldn't grab my phone while I was on the road. But, you know, when I got a chance to you know, sit down and look and see who it was, and seeing it was Tella Page, it just made it even better for me, because, you know, she's a dope actress, and even in, you know, a lot of her movies, you know, her voice, the way that her voice cracks and stuff, and some of the words she says is dope to me, you know.
My time and energy trying to be good to you. Lost friends, families, gain more enemies because of you. Bitches staring at me in sorrow, hoes scratching my visor.
Fuck now, bitch, you power tripping or guilt tripping. I held your ass down.
You just got me down, that's a big difference.
She looked good too, you know what I'm saying? But this just made her better as an actress for me as well. You know what I'm saying? Like bro said, you know, this all of these records could be played out in a play on tour, you know. And even with this record being formed into a video, I could see it being, you know, black and white, and seeing one half of the screen being Kendrick and the other half being Tella Page, and, you know, them going back and forth. When one is talking, the other one making faces and rolling their eyes, and the other one, you know, sucking their teeth and walking off. I think that would be dope. I mean, my A&R bag, you know, if y'all know if it happened, y'all know where we got it from. You know what I'm saying? That's just a give to you, Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? But that was just dope. Like bro said, it does remind you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Ghostface and the RZA. It does, especially domestic violence. But like, it wasn't two going back and forth. That's the only thing which makes this artistry different. But for him to highlight this, because this is something that everybody goes through, whether you in a relationship, whether you married, everybody, you know, ain't nobody's relationship perfect. Everybody has their back and forth, whether, you know, it's through a text message or whether it's said like this. This is something that everybody experienced. Let's just be honest. So, you know, for him to highlight this was phenomenal. So I'm gonna go with another 10. You know what I'm saying? Off of this, I'll probably give this, you know, an extra 10 for a 20, just for, you know, the direct artistry on here. It was super dope. You know what I'm saying, on the real. So we're gonna go into this next record, which I believe is number 6, Purple Hearts. Let's get it.
This my undisputed truth. My life is like forbidden fruit. My bitch know better than I do. A moments worth. I barely went to church, I'd rather fast with you. Emoji heart, my family pictures. I'm two-stepping away from rappers. I don't trust that true intentions. I'm not in the music business, I've been in the human business.
What you say, bro?
That was one of those, you know, another one of those type of, I guess, R&B-ish, you know, catered to the relationship couple type of deals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a bonus putting Ghost on there.
Hell yeah.
Because I know that album he came out with, Eventus, and what was it? I forgot the name. Purple, the Emerald something tablets or something like that. Yeah. You know, that kind of R&B type of album. So I thought that was dope. Yeah. How he put Ghostface on it. But yeah, man. I mean it's probably gonna be a single. Yeah. You know, I can see this being a single, so yeah, I think it was a pretty dope record. Absolutely. I think I might give it maybe a solid 8. Okay. Yeah, definitely dope, man. I'm a big fan of Summer Walker. Love her voice. I know a lot of people.
How's love when it's not to your soul? But when it here, baby daddy still on my phone. I hate it here. Asking if I've been on a pro. I hate it here.
I know a lot of people got a lot to say about she dirty and she don't wash. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know too much of that. I'm not gonna judge her at all. She got a beautiful singing voice. I love her voice. I can listen to her sing all day. I thought that was dope how he, you know, featured on, and then I was on the road. The last thing I thought that I was gonna hear was Ghost's voice. I almost swerved when I heard yo. I was like, oh, my wife was like, who was that? I was like, that's Ghost. He put Ghost on here.
Yeah. Telekinesis, I'm purifying these deep speeches. While I'm crying, I clean the feet of the sweet Jesus. Dreams, visions get blurry of the Elohim. It's like it's known to tear retinas in a single gleam.
Yeah, you know, she didn't know who I was talking about, but you know, it shocked me. It was a surprise, and it just made it even better. Hearing Ghost, you know what I'm saying? He won. Well, you know, I'll say he's, if not, you know what I'm saying, my second favorite MC. First being Reggie Noble, you know what I'm saying? Ghost is definitely, you know what I'm saying, number 2 in my book of all time. It was super dope hearing Ghost, you know what I'm saying, featured on somebody else's record, and you know, sounding like Ghost fashion. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you know, him speaking about, you know, what he spoke about on it. I thought the combination of all three of them, you know, Kendrick's feature on there was dope too. His artistry, you know, in the R&B, type of tone. Definitely can be a single, you know what I'm saying, for the radio. But dope record. I think maybe for this one, you know, I would go with maybe 2 points off from being a 10.0. I go with a 9.8. You know, I thought, you know, maybe could have been a little bit longer. That was probably the only thing, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't. It wasn't too short, you know. But I would have liked to just heard a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it could detail a remix, but maybe not. Maybe it's good how it is. But that's just my view from it. But yeah, so that's what I would say. But yeah, we're gonna take a little intermission and we'll be right back.
We're gonna take a recess.
Yeah.
All right, we back.
Yeah. We're gonna get into this last record, which is Auntie Diaries. Let's get it.
My auntie is a man now. I think I'm old enough to understand now. She can pump my son with her hat turned backwards. Motorola pager, off-white guest jacket. Blue Air Maxes, gold chains and curl kits. 93 Nissan wax job, the earliest. Big.
Very controversial record.
Yeah, man.
My auntie is a man now. I watch him and his girl hold their hands down. Tipping the avenues under street lights made his. Thinking I want me a bad bitch when I get big. Ask my mama why my uncles don't like him that much. And at the parties why they always want to fight him that much. She said ain't no telling. Niggas always been jealous because he had more women.
But I think it's a reality, I guess, that it needs to be spoke on, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, because I don't know his personal dealings or if this is an actual personal story, but I know it's very relatable to you know, people out there, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it was dope how he brought it to the forefront, man. But
Yeah.
it just, you know, the storyline was just ill, you know. How he flipped it, you know what I'm saying? Talking about his auntie, then he moved it over. Well, now his cousin, which is probably her son,
Right.
he turned into a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
My favorite cousin said he's returning the favor and following my auntie with the same behavior. Demetrius is Marianne now. He's more confident to live his plan now. But the family.
So he shows you the, you know, the positive aspect of, you know, this person, you know, I guess converting over. You know, I don't want to use a T word, but
yeah.
you know, but yeah, you know, then he showed the negative too.
Absolutely.
He showed, you know, that influence can influence other things, you know, for other people. So
Yeah.
but overall, I thought, you know, the concept of the track was dope. I don't think I ever heard it done before, man. So I probably would give the record an 8.5, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. What you
Yeah,
think?
the artistry of this was phenomenal, man. Definitely, I don't think it has been done before, but it's something that everybody has dealt with. You know, everybody got a family member within their family that, you know. So this is something that everybody can relate to. But for him to speak about it and, you know, and to also speak about it in kind of like a monotone tone, you know, kind of reflects, you know, like a kid's kind of thinking or whatever, a kid's kind of view or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And to reflect the word, the F word, you know, how it can be said, excuse me, how it, you know, how it can't be said in some places and, you know, among some people, you know. Then at the end of the record, he said, you know, the F word, you know, how we can all say it together, but only if, you know, a white girl can say, you know, everybody has their boundary words where they don't want to be said, but, you know, it's cool with everybody else to say. So, you know, it goes back to the judgment thing, you know, as we said in the beginning, you know, the artistry of this is just unmatched.
Yeah.
It really is. And that's what I take from this album more than anything is the artistry and the way that, you know, it was put out, you know, from the arrangements of the records, of the tracks, you know, the detail of the lyrics, the concepts of the songs is beyond phenomenal. I don't think, you know, when it comes to an artist in this business, Kendrick is unmatched, hands down. You know, his concept albums, you know, all of his albums has been concept albums. You know, they have been like, you know, subject tones that reflect of the album, and this one is no different. So, you know, all together, you know, with the songs we didn't do, adding on and the concepts, this is top tier, you you know, by far one of the greatest albums ever made. You know, this is up there with, you know, Michael Jackson's album. This is up there with, you know, Stevie Wonder's albums. This is up there. This is one of the best albums, you know, ever made as far as music arrangements and concepts and everything. You can't overlook those things. So from that alone, I would give this album definitely a 25.
Oh wow.
25. It's phenomenal. What would you say, bro?
Yeah, so far as I guess maybe like a cross genre album.
Yeah.
It's top tier, but
Yeah.
so far as a rap album, I don't know. I don't. Maybe I might give it maybe a solid 8. But so far as replay value and continue to listen to it,
Yeah.
down the line, I don't think this is gonna stack up against Pusha T's album. If we go in comparison to what I'm feeling is the best body of work that's out so far as in the hip hop category. You know, I think Pusha T is still there with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's fair.
Even though, you know what I'm saying, this is still a good album.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think the overall listen, you know, with headphone play plus car play, you know what I'm saying? That plays a key role too.
Absolutely.
You know, car play.
Definitely does, yeah.
So, but yeah, I think I would probably give it maybe a solid 8.
Okay.
8 point, maybe at the highest 8.34 maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
that's my take on
Yeah, man. Dope entry, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely like to hear more. We didn't even get into, you know, the hard part 5, but you know, maybe we'll add that to, you know, a bangers later on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But nevertheless, you rocking with the fresh. It's the KRUZE review on 4 I Fly.
Auntie B.
Out of here, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all get y'all some sunshine today, man. Get you some lemonade or something. We out of here.
Yeah.
Easy.